Thank you for purchasing your ReliaVac. We're going to go through just some troubleshooting tips on this machine. Very simple machine, but we need to point out a couple of things that you can do yourself in the store. The first thing is, if you're not having very good pickup performance, check to make sure the vacuum shoe is on properly. The vacuum shoe is on the base of the machine. It's situated right here. This is what we call the vacuum shoe. There's a couple of levers here that release the vacuum shoe, and what I see mostly is these two notches need to be connected into the notches up top here and pulled down correctly. If you don't have the shoe in those notches, you won't have a good seal and you won't have very good pickup performance. By taking the vacuum shoe off, it exposes you to the belt. This is something that needs to be replaced once in a while also, as all the debris is going through the vacuum shoe by the belt and then into this impeller and then up into the bag itself. So this belt has a tendency to get hit by the dirt and it gets cut. So if you happen to break a belt and you notice that there's the brush isn't moving anymore, come on in here, take that vacuum shoe off and replace the belt. Belt is very simple to replace. What you need to do is you need to take the whole brush off. There's these bearing blocks on the end. Just pull it straight out, and you can take your brush off and you can take your belt off. So to put the brush back on, you'll take your new belt, get it hooked around there, and then slide your bearing blocks into the notches on the sides. Just slide them in place. And then you have two options with this belt. You can turn it to the left, or you can turn it to the right and attach it to the pulley. If you look closely in here, there is a little plastic sleeve here that you want to make sure the belt is sliding into. So if you twist it wrong, you'll know that. By twisting it wrong, as you can see, I've twisted it wrong in this particular case, and now this belt is rubbing against that little notch, so I need to twist it the other way. So what you need to do is pivot it the opposite way, twist it, and now you can see that the belt is now in that grooved area so it won't rub against that plastic piece there. Okay, so we've just showed you how to replace and clean the brush and replace the belt. The next piece is the impeller. What happens as the debris goes up and through, it has to get by this impeller. In the new machines, it's green. It's an unbreakable impeller that will last the life of the machine. Next piece is, if you hear some noise on your machine, it's noisy. What ultimately is probably happening is you've got dirt and debris that's in the impeller, and it's spinning around in there and it hasn't been able to get by it into your bag. So maybe a penny or a paper clip or something like that gets caught in there, makes a lot of noise. The new machines all have a green impeller, as you can see here. And that's an unbreakable impeller. You'll never have to replace that. If you have an older version, it might have a clear impeller, and those had a tendency sometimes to break if the debris went through it. So to get to the impeller, or get that, really what you're trying to do in this case is get the dirt or the debris, the paper clip or whatever that's stuck in here out of there. This quick clean area here, this cover, it's a simple screwdriver that you just take the screws out. With the belt off, get your levers out of the way, and then you can take this piece off, and then you can get whatever debris is in this area here. Again, here's the green impeller, which is unbreakable. If you have a clear one, you would take that. Maybe if a fin is broken, you would take that off and replace it. And you can replace it with a green one so you never have to deal with that again. After you get the debris out of the impeller area, replace the quick clean cover, reattach the belt onto the brush, and make sure you properly put the vacuum shoe back on the machine. Some of the machines come with just a shakeout bag. The ReliaVac 16 HP, which we have here, has a paper bag inside of that. So there's a zipper in the back. You have your replacement bag here. Once it gets about 3/4 full, or you notice that the reduction in suction, that's the time to replace it. Just take the bag out and replace it with the new one. To adjust the brush height, there's a brush height knob on the top of the machine here. By turning it to the left, you are raising the brush up off the floor, or you can lower it by going the other direction. If you're not having very good pickup performance and the brush bristles are wearing, that's the time to lower the brush to the floor so it helps pull it along and enhance your pickup performance. Those are just some quick tips to help you troubleshoot your machine on your own. If you have additional questions, check your operations manual. Thank you.